place to call a home is at the top of my list. Wooden pick is breaking up, so it's time for an upgrade. My shovel's gonna break, time to throw away that spade. I climb a mountain, I'm just trying to reach the summit, hoping all along the way that I can get something from it, hoping I'll be able to find a place to call a home. I spot went out in distance and I start to roam.
So I light up my torch, pave my way with the flames, running down the mountain, losing hunger, make the steps count. A quarter of the miles, making them drop to build the house is paramount. I'm seeing the spot, I thought the lock can find the crew, begin to shout. I'm out here alone, doing work on my own, zombies up in my zone, and I can't build a home. My whole world is at stake, I'm alone and I quit. Just the notion of soloing is a mistake.
From over the hills we are coming to save. Solo is rough, but together we're great. So let's gather some wood, maybe rock some clay. Empire construction is starting today, so I'll cut some wood, go scope out the highlands, and you dig a hole and start looking for diamonds. Cause we got some chemistry, don't try to fight it.
We're Lil Crafters, forever united.
Today, in the midst of all this strife, we can finally find our mind. Cause you got me for life. Someday, crafters march into the fight, diamond mansion shining bright, no more zombies in the night.
I'm standing on the grounds of McKinney Christian Academy, where over 3 years ago, I was lucky enough to witness history in the making. In 2017, both the video game Minecraft and the music industry were in a slump. So, it was with some guts that 3 young musicians came together to make the one thing no one would expect: Minecraft rap. It started with a simple parody of Kendrick Lamar's DNA called TNT, but it evolved into something much more. Who are these 3 young musicians? They are the Lil Crafters. But if you've paid attention to the Billboard charts the last 3 years, you already know that. Who are these guys really? How did they manage to make such a perfect album? And why did they choose to break up immediately after its release, rather than ride their success into the sunset? I'm your host, Evan Gertis, and I'm here to answer these questions. I'm starting by going to visit a friend who has achieved notable success in the music industry himself, DJ Johnny Jeff.
I mean, honestly, before they started, I was kind of a wash-up DJ. Gone on a couple tours, got kicked off for drunken behavior, whatever that means. But yeah, I went through rehab, and when the Lil Crafters dropped, their single TNT, it really inspired me to just become a better man. And I credit all the success I have today to them, just getting me through a really hard time in my life. Musically, I don't think that there's anyone that is better than them. When we think of the greats in 30 to 40 years, we're going to be speaking of Tupac and Eminem, Travis Scott, Kendrick Lamar, Lil Crafters, right? They're all kind of in the same category. But yeah, I can't believe that they had the impact they did, not on just my life, but on so many. It's just incredible. Thank you, Lil Crafters. Thank you.
Contrary to some rumors, the Crafters never broke up because of any animosity towards one another.
I don't care about this recording. Yep. Or no, are you being serious? Are you being serious?
They were good friends long before they made music together, and remain good friends to this day. But once it comes time to sit down and write their new Christmas single, they're all business.
All of us.
So you know what you could do? You could, if you like.
Yeah.
Switch up the first. And finish. Bring it all together at the end, Bring it all together at the end. You know what you do?
She's Queen Christmas.
She's been crowned Queen
She's the crown Queen
Queen
Christmas.
Christmas.
She's Queen Crown Christmas.
She's King Crimson.
She's Queen Quan Christmas.
It's right there. It's right there. You should play it.
I'm playing.
Santa Claus, a hero bride is coming to town. to town.
While I hate to interrupt 3 masters at work, the Crafters were kind enough to take a few minutes out of their time to answer some burning questions I have for them.
Pressing a hot button. This is a hot pressing. How do you say it? Hot button issue, for sure.
But if I'm being for real,
Let's go down the row.
Go, Marco. Go.
Are we talking all around or like utility or like looks or what?
General.
Like,
General
because you got
wood.
different, you got different doors.
General wood. General wood.
You have to take everything into account, and then your answer is the sum of those things.
I'm an oak wood guy.
Yeah, that's a respectable answer. I'm spruce.
I got a feeling.
I know mine is
I'll
spruce.
just-
Mine is spruce for sure.
I
You
mean,
get that door. The door texture is by far the best on the spruce, and the trap doors are the best. And those are underrated. The trap doors for like decorative stuff, and that's kind of my style when I play. So definitely spruce.
yeah, I'm a spruce guy as well. You know.
I thought you'd be dark oak. Are you
You're
dark
dark oak. You're a dark oak guy,
Are
aren't
you
you?
closet dark oak?
No, I'm not a dark oak guy.
Good.
Okay, well, you just.
Also, if you were gonna say acacia, that's like you way off.
We have a friend.
Okay.
Well,
Well, we have a.
We have a
we
friend.
have
but
an
I hate him.
associate. We have an associate who is an acacia guy, and that's why we haven't talked to him in 3 years.
Imagine
We'll
your
get to
door
that
looking like chopsticks.
I really think that was my best production work in our entire career. And I tend to be
Yeah.
a little bit perfectionist about the way we approach everything. But that song was probably the only one from the album that lived up to my standards then and then now. It's really just, I think, perfect, nearly perfect
Yeah.
work, as perfect as you can get.
I think also getting the No Shack feature on there was pretty important.
He keeps
Like-
calling me for some reason. He thinks he keeps calling me. I've gotten 5 missed calls from him.
He probably needs.
He has another
us.
friend named Marco.
Oh yeah, so he mixed you guys up. I mean, yeah, like when that happened, when we had been trying to get him for like 4 months, and we
How
just,
difficult was it to get him?
It was. I mean, I remember tweeting a list of people that I would want to have a feature on the album. And it was a big long list, and at the top of the list was No Shack. I had multiple tweets like that, and I kept DMing him, texting him, getting other people that knew him, other contacts to text him, try to get a hold of him, and he just would not give in. And then we were like a day before our deadline that we had set for ourselves in like December or whatever, November or whatever it was, and we just said,
We had already gotten to the point where we said we weren't going to use it.
yeah, we had officially
album.
decided it was over, and what we had was what we were gonna ship out, and then lo and behold, one of our contacts, we got a file in a text message, and it was just Noah Shackelford's a cappella, perfect, tempo matched everything. We just put it in the project. Just worked like a charm.
He even layered it. He even layered that.
Yeah, he did all the wet effects, everything. It was incredible. And I remember being pretty floored about how well it all came together. So everything ends. Noah Shack, that whole thing was pretty awesome experience.
Yeah. You got your Jacob Colliers. You've got your John Mayers, your Hans Zimmers, David Bowie. I mean, when I tell you that from September to December, every single one of these people were in my DMs every day asking me how that I did it, how we did it,
Yeah.
how we did it, to know, like, to sit there and not be able to say that you changed the world after that moment, like those are my heroes. Like, dude,
our trajectory as a band, if we were to have made multiple albums, I think would have shaped up a lot like David Bowie's like Berlin run. That like Heroes. There's like a couple more albums that he did in Berlin that's like generally seen as his best work, and the fact that we were on track to have another arc like that, and then David Bowie is in Greg's DMs asking, all this time later, 40 years later, for advice from us was I don't even know. It's just
It was big.
Okay, let me tell you
It
this.
was big.
To have Garth Brooks in your DMs asking you how to
Yeah.
book a tour, dude,
yeah.
biggest act in the world, dude.
That dude can sell tickets.
Takes
But we can get hoes.
church.
I think it shows that our commitment to the premise, the narrative of the album from the beginning was not just fictional. Our commitment has real life elements, and we're willing to let that narrative expand into the way we live our lives, because that album is about going your separate ways. And if we made that album and then our lifestyle and the trajectory of the band wasn't congruent with that message, what would we really be? And I just couldn't. I don't think any of us could see a clear answer to that question, how we were gonna navigate being a band who made an album about breaking up and then made another one, another better album, and kept trying to outdo ourselves. We think that some things are best left out in the open. You can just walk away sometimes, and it hurts.
So,
It hurts.
Did I swear?
Didn't it hurt?
Yeah, it stung a little bit.
It wasn't fun to walk away from all that power.
you know,
Not one man can have all that power. Clock's ticking. I just keep
I think that part of being great is knowing how you're gonna do what you're gonna do, and I think that our music had one purpose, and you need to just say what you need to say and leave it, you know.
It's the Christmas spirit.
Yeah, I would agree. We thought that we were feeling it, and it was kind of an unspoken thing. If you've ever been in a situation like this where you have a band and you kind of know that there are moments where it just feels right, even if you guys are living in separate places. You kind of just, it comes in waves, that desire to get back together again. And most of the time you need to ignore it, because you don't always need to get back together. But the stars just aligned for this one. It felt right enough to where all of us, in our separate longing to be back together as a band, communicated with each other, and it just so happened that we're here together. And like I said before, we don't, besides knowing that we're gonna break up after the first album, we don't tend to plan things out or put too much time into who's gonna hear what or how. No plan. We just go for it, and that's what this is. The Christmas spirit, fun. We want to put out something great for the fans.
Our energy's coalesced.
Yeah.
Assimilated for sure.
While I'd love to talk with them longer, for now, I've got to let them get back to work. So instead, I'm going to talk to maybe the only person who knows the Crafters better than they know themselves. When they first broke onto the scene with TNT, the Crafters were independent, but they knew that if their upcoming album A New World ended up as successful as they hoped it would be, they would need a manager. For that, they turned to their longtime friend and schoolmate, Seth French.
So how much are they getting for this job?
Maybe we should set.
No, they're not going to settle for less than $3,000 for each gig. Yes, that means every night. And you said you want 3 nights? Yeah, no, you gotta raise it up even if you want them now, because I'm pissed off. That's right, you heard me. $4,000 a night. Well, if you really want them that bad, then you would pay it. I'm done with you. Sorry. Being the manager of the Crafters has its downfalls. I mean, I love all the guys to death. They're all really good at heart, but I mean, Greg's he's just all over the place all the time, man. Like, I'll walk in the tour bus and he'll be hanging from the freaking ceiling. He'll be just running around poking everybody, just, doing other stuff in the back that we don't question about because we don't really want to know all of it. And then I'd say probably Marco. Marco is probably the ladies' man of the group. I mean, as you guys can see, he was always labeled as the attractive one out of the group, so it was always just, who is he bringing back to the tour bus this time? Oh, how many free passes do I have to give out for VIP? It was just super annoying. And then Charlie, bless his soul, doesn't do anything wrong. He's the angel child of everything. He writes all the music, he makes the appointments to record all the music, and he mixes all of it. And then I just, oversee that and get them gigs and everything. So it's a fantastic organization that we have, and I love the guys to death.
Now, with their single written and the decision to make an acoustic recording of the song settled, it's almost time for the Crafters to record. But before that, I'm going to talk to a couple more people who have followed these guys since before they became household names.
Oh, dude, their music hits so hard. Like, I'm a big music enthusiast, and I just all day, every day, I just try and find new music. And when I found the Lil Crafters, my world was blown. I don't listen to anything else anymore but Lil Crafters, dude. Like, it's just some of the best music I've ever heard in my life. Like, better than the classics like Beethoven or Mozart, Kendrick Lamar. Just blows me out of the water. Just so good.
You see, ever since 8th grade, when Lil Crafters broke onto the scene, I've always kind of dealt with a underlying sense that I'm the lesser brother, or I'm less significant. But it turns out that ever since my feature as well on I forgot what the song was called, see, I'm a huge fan. But ever since my feature, I did realize that I'm much better than all of them in every way possible.
Now, for the moment you've all been waiting for. I know it doesn't look like much, but here in the room of this little trailer, the Crafters are going to record their next hit single, Herobrine is Coming to Town.
Glowing white eyes, the face of a thief. He's coming for you and he's coming to grief. Herobrine is coming to town. A day at the mine, mining for coal. Somebody's footsteps following in the snow. Herobrine is coming to town. He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake.
Marco, how do you feel now that you've finished recording the new Christmas single?
It feels great.
Okay.
Man, I'm actually really excited for it. I feel like I'm actually going to be able to come home and look my dad in the face, and he's going to be happy. He's going to be proud of me for once. I'm really excited for that.
I'm feeling pretty good. This whole music lifestyle, just the whole trajectory of the band since the beginning has been fun and rewarding, and I'm glad we got to do this. But it's taxing, I'm not gonna lie. It's really tough on me and the band and my mental health. So I'm just really looking forward to going back to my land and seeing my sheep. I haven't seen them in like 6 months, my cattle, my chickens. And if I could change one thing, I guess I just wish that I had someone to go back to. But yeah, the single is great.
After 3 long years of silence, the Crafters have reunited, and their Christmas single is a smash hit. Fans are ecstatic, but the joy will be short-lived. The Crafters refuse to entertain the possibility of making more music, though whether or not they're serious about that this time remains to be seen. Even if they decide to make a bigger comeback, it's likely we'll have to wait another 3 years to find out. But if they are serious, and you were to ask them why, I think they'd probably quote you lyrics from a song off their first album. Everything good, it has to end.
The Lil Crafters changed my life. And I remember I was 17 years old, and when TNT came out, and I remember waiting, staying up every night for them to drop their music video, and to hear now that my favorite holiday of the year the Lil Crafters are gonna be putting out Christmas music. I can't think of a better gift other than little baby Jesus Christ. Thank you so much, God and the Lil Crafters, for making me the woman that I am today.
I got gunpowder inside my TNT, blowing up the mobs with diamond swords and stacks of TNT. I got sand and powder on the table making TNT. I got flint and steel and redstone blowing up my TNT. I spawned in like this with seeds like this with none of them resources. I explored like this, mined ore like this, then tamed a couple horses. I don't need creative mode to blow up your freaking house with TNT. I'm finna pounce this, that. I got
Weapons, I just kill mobs when I use my TNT. I got ingots, I got diamonds building in my chest. I got carts and I got rails that take me to my TNT. I got bottles with potion that's brewing next to TNT. I just mine again, I'm mining in the mineshaft I explore, looking for some El Lazuli or a vein of diamond ore. You see fireworks I built from finding clay diamond powder, grinding for this view, you know how hard we work.
See, use it, Steven, I do not believe you ever found diamonds. I don't need your smelted ore to build a house on my island. Craft a bow or two and snipe you from the top of the highlands. See the arrowhead, shoot right through the ring of your islands. See my pixel art, it's hard to make it in survival mode. Things I've done to sheet to get the wool would break your moral code. I have light gray, cyan, purple, yellow, orange, magenta, did I mention white, lime, brown, red, and with this wool I get to building. Yeah, shepherd's DNA, spawn into the world. Immediately I'm looking for some sheep. When I find one, I make a pen and draw it inside with a lead. Jump the gun, I need one more so I can make some sheep babies. And I'm gonna build to the sky and make some scaffolds in the air. Make some Pokemon pixel art. You blow it up, I'll tear you apart. You can see it from afar. You know it's true, let me hear you say I'm the best at pixel art, cause I play Minecraft every day.